We need leads to start the process. So if there are no leads in the imported prospect stage, go ahead and head to X, formerly Twitter. Keep in mind there are a lot of great options to import from on X. If you choose to import from a following list, navigate to the profile that has a following you want to import. A pro tip is to import the following of a profile that helps a similar ideal client as you. For example, I'm going to import the following of a profile that helps coaches and service providers, which is my ideal client as well. So go ahead and click the following list. When you're ready to start importing, click the auto scroll button. When you're ready for the next step, click the import button. You can add a note to every new lead you're about to import here. You can add a tag to these leads here. You can add a follow-up date to the leads here. You can add a deal amount to every new lead here. In here, you can add the imported leads directly to a pipeline stage. Select the dropdown. Locate the pipeline name and the stage in the pipeline that you want to add these leads to. You can use a search bar or manually scroll down. For example, I want to add these leads into the imported prospect stage of my X pipeline. So I'm going to go ahead and click the imported prospect stage. You can read the options, select if you wish. You can set a card color for the leads that you're about to import. And when you're ready to start importing, click the Start Importing button. Once the leads have finished importing, go back to the pipeline. Refresh the page. Remember, the instructions for all the different stages can be found if you hover or click over the information icon on all the stages. Once you've filled out the qualifying parameters for what a qualified lead looks like, go ahead and click the play button on the imported prospect stage. Once you click the play button, you can see the automated actions that will be taking place. When you're ready, go ahead and click Run Automation. Click Run Automation to start qualifying these leads. Once the Auto Qualify automation is done running, go back to the pipeline and refresh the page. The qualified leads will have now moved to the qualified prospect stage. If the lead is undetermined whether it's qualified or not, it will be moved into the manual qualification needed stage. If the lead is not qualified, the status on the card will change to not qualified. On the manual qualification needed stage, here are the instructions. The leads in this stage will need to be manually qualified, so you're going to click the X icon on the lead card. Now we're going to quickly review the profile to see if it is a qualified lead. We use a checkpoint system that we call our ideal client profile. So for example, I will review this profile using my own ideal client profile, such as, is this person a business-to-business owner and living in the United States? It does not look like this profile is a business-to-business owner, so I do not need to go to step 2 because they're already disqualified themselves. But if you do want to check location, sometimes location can be found in the bio area of the profile. Since this lead is not a qualified lead, I'm going to go back to my pipeline. And I'm going to change the status dropdown on this lead card to not qualified. Remember that your ideal client profile may look different than mine, so you just need to qualify the leads using your own ICP. After that, I would process the rest of the cards in the manual qualification needed stage, either by moving them into the qualified prospect stage or changing their status to not qualified, just like I did a few seconds ago. For the qualified prospect stage, all you need to do is go ahead and click the play button on this stage. Then click Run Automation. By clicking the Run Automation button, you'll be liking one of their posts, following the profile, sending them the initial message, and moving the lead to the next stage over. If you want to edit any of these settings, you can go ahead and do so in the setting details on this stage. You can also select multiple messages to rotate inside the Send Direct Message action. When you're ready to start this automation, go ahead and click Run Automation. If you have cards in the initial message sent stage that have follow-up dates that are saying today or overdue, go ahead and click the play button on this stage. Then click Run Automation. Click Run Automation again to send these leads a follow-up message to the initial message. Now if you see cards in the initial message follow-up sent stage that are saying today or overdue, go ahead and click the play button on this stage. Then click Run Automation. By running this, you will run an automation that will unfollow the prospects that are unresponsive. By doing so, you can control the amount of profiles that you are following. At this point, you may start receiving messages back from your leads. If the card that has responded is in the initial message sent stage or the initial message follow-up sent stage, simply go ahead and drag and drop the card into the message received stage. You can move the card into the message received stage via the overlay or simply by dragging and dropping the card into the stage like we just did. Then on the message received stage, there are a couple different situations that may occur. If appropriate, and for example, if you know a lead needs a transition message sent to them, you can select the card that needs a transition message. Then you can click the play button to automatically send this lead the transition message. Other than that, keep the lead in this stage until you can move them to a stage further down the pipeline. You may need to converse back and forth a bit until you can move this card into a stage further down the pipeline. When the card is in the transition question sent stage and the card says today or overdue, click the chat icon, if appropriate in the conversation, to send the invite to call message template. Simply paste this message template. And yes, you can use keyboard shortcuts. Then click send. If you want to use the overlay, you can simply click the stage that the lead is currently in and then move them into the invite to call sent stage since we just sent them this invite to call message. In the invite to call sent stage, if their cards say today or overdue, go ahead and run the automation on this stage. If a lead says yes to booking a call with you while they're in the invite to call sent stage, you need to send them a booking link. Here's how to do it. Click the X chat icon. Paste your booking link. Adjust if needed, then click send. Then change their stage that they're currently in into the booking link sent stage, since we just sent them the booking link. If there are leads in the booking link sent stage that say today or overdue, go ahead and run the automation on this stage. Now, if there are cards in the booking link follow-up sent stage that say today or overdue, go ahead and run the automation on this stage. If a lead books a call while it's in the booking link sent stage or the booking link follow-up sent stage, here's what to do. Copy the call information, then click the lead card that booked a call, and paste the information in the notes area. Then click save. Click the chat icon. Utilizing the overlay, find the call booked confirmation message template. Either click paste in chat or paste and send. Once the call booked confirmation message is sent, change the stage that this lead is in into the call booked stage. When a lead completes their call, go ahead and move the card that has completed their call into the call completed stage. If a lead purchases while it's in the call completed stage, go ahead and drag and drop the card into the purchase stage. If a lead does not purchase while it's in the call completed stage, go ahead and move it into the long-term follow-up stage. For the cards in the purchase stage, you can now begin your onboarding process with them. For the cards in the long-term follow-up stage, continue to nurture these leads to a sale. As you begin your prospecting for the day, we like to first go through the inbox in order to process the leads that have not responded. To do this, you can simply click into a conversation you have not responded to. Then you can use the overlay to manage the lead inside of your account. For example, if a lead responds to my initial message, I can use the overlay to change the stage from the initial message sent stage to the message received stage. And then I can use the message templates provided in the overlay in order to respond to their messages. Once I'm done responding to this conversation, for example, I would continue to process using the overlay the other messages that I have received.